In today's video, we're going to look at how to change the default output directory for Akeeba Backup and why it's a good idea to do that. Hey there, Joomla fans. Tim Davis here. I'm a Joomla fan too. Thanks for tuning in to Maintenance Monday live stream number 149 here on the Basic Joomla Tutorials channel. Today's video is brought to you by mysites.guru. You can manage multiple Joomla sites and WordPress sites with mysites.guru. Head on over there for a free site audit, and if you subscribe, you get your first month free using the code BASICJoomla. And I'm going to have some better graphics for all that sponsorship stuff pretty soon. Anyways, it's all unofficial right now. Okay, so let's turn our attention to the screen here. If you are watching, say hi in chat. And if you want to give this video a like, that would be great. In fact, let me just bring up that chat window there so I can see everyone. Yeah, I'm a couple minutes late today. So, yes, there's all kinds of things that we can do with Akeeba Backup. All right, so, hey, look at that. There we are at mysites.guru. I was in there looking at some of my sites just before. So basically, you should be backing up your Joomla site regularly. And the best way, easiest way to do that is with Akeeba Backup. There's a free version, and there's also a full version, a pro version, which is well worth the purchase for being able to do automatic updates. And anyway, so I have cards that pop up during the video, and the link to Akeeba Backup is in the video description below. Now, basically, not only is Akeeba, it's a good idea to back up your sites, but it's also a great idea to use Akeeba if you're transferring your site from one server to another. Also, on the topic of backups, if you back up your site, you should have a copy of a backup of your site in your own possession. We've talked quite a bit about that. Now, when Akeeba backs up, and let's just go there. We're in the back end of a basicjoomla.com site. Go to components and Akeeba. When Akeeba backs up, it has to put the backup somewhere on your server, unless you have the pro version and you're sending it to Dropbox or OneDrive or AWS, wherever, to some of those external places. And because it has a default location, everybody in the world knows where that default location is. Now, it's there securely on your website and on your server if your website is secure and if your server is secure. But here's the thing. If there is common information about software, any software, we're talking about Joomla right now, and Akeeba Backup, you want to set that setting to something uncommon. Because even though everything is secure, who knows? There's always people trying stuff, right? And if someone, instead of hacking your site, why not just get a hold and download a backup of your site and take your information that way? And if they know where the default backup folder is, they can try different things. So as we've said about security, it's just like the rivets on an airplane. You want to have every single one of those as tight as possible. You get one or two loose ones, definitely not ideal, but as long as the others are tight, you might be okay. So with security, website security, we want to have every rivet down tight. So when you're in Akeeba Backup, you see here, Akeeba Backup's ready to back up your site, but there are potential issues. You'll see in the status summary it says default output directory in use. Now you can click on that link and go to akeebabackup.com and you can read about what the issue is here. What we're going to do is just simply change what that directory output is, where we output that to. So to do that, we would go to configuration, and then we would go down to basic configuration and output directory, and you'll see here it's home, basic Joom, public HTML, administrator components, common Akeeba Backup. To the far right, just above my lovely picture there, whoops, misclicked, we have this folder here, folder icon. We can click it. And now we can change the default directory that it goes out to. So here you have a whole tree right on your server. Now this one is, this is my account. This is the public HTML folder. And then where the default one is in administrator components, Akeeba Backup. So what I suggest doing is you want to put the backup somewhere where you can get to it easily. And this is not the easiest way to get to it anyway. So you could put it in public HTML. So let's click on public HTML. Now, before going live, I went into my web hosting account and I created, let's put this back a little bit here. I created a folder called Backups in my public HTML folder. And I'm going to, you'll see there. Now, if I select that, that will be the new backup, the new output directory for Akeeba Backups. Now, backups is pretty easy to guess. So name this something, kitchen sink, something that will be meaningful to you so that you know that that's where the backup files are, but no one's going to test. Someone might test public HTML _ backups. So I've just got it as backups here for easily finding and clicking, and actually just realized that was a dumb name anyways. So anyways, click backups, and there you go. You've selected a new output directory. So now we'll just say use, and we will save the settings. Now, one other thing to consider here is this in your configuration of Akeeba Backup. Let's go cancel. Now that we have changed the output folder, we don't want, oh, here we go. Insecure output directory. It's under your website's root contents, including your backup archives, are accessible over the web. All right, so this is saying don't put this underneath the root, but it can be accessed somewhere, and maybe we'll visit this another time. I'll read this later. What you want to do now is scroll down. Now they have different profiles in Akeeba, so this is a default profile that I'm changing. Go down here to Files and Directories Exclusion, because we don't want other backups being put in. But as you'll see, look at that. Backups, because I selected it, Akeeba already excludes it from backups. I didn't know that it would do that. Obviously, I did not practice this one. It's just a change that I noticed just very recently and want to start to employ in things. So, yes, and Bredsy there says put index.html in the directory. That's probably what I should have read before. Okay, cool. We'll do that in a second. Yes, so there's a lot of chat happening here. So to catch up on this, because try to just keep this part short for everyone. Let's see here. So what we're going to talk about, we'll look at some other things right now. No, I want chat on, right? Okay, so change the output default directory. Change the output directory for your Akeeba backups and protect them and keep them safe. And we're going to follow up and keep doing that here in the chat, because I obviously missed something before I changed this. So that's the tip for today. Stick around if you want to see how to do it more securely. But if that's all you're here for, you know how to do the rest, then by all means, thank you for tuning in to today's live stream. If you like the channel, if this has been helpful, if it's earned a subscription, please do subscribe. Ring the bell to get notifications when there's new live streams and new things happening on the channel, which may be closer than ever, or closer in a long time. And so for those of you that are leaving and not staying for some more chat and some more things here, enjoy your Joomla sites, and God bless. All right, yeah, let's see. Bretsy says that's why there's an alert. Good tip. Now, let's see here. Let's go back to the control panel. Let's get that alert. Okay, let's read it out right here, and I'm going to I need this window a little bit bigger here. There we go. Right computer screen. There we go. All right. Akeeba Backup detected your backup output directory is under your site's web root. Its contents, including your backup archives, are accessible over the web. Moreover, it's possible to list the files in the directory. It gives a listing of your backup archives when you access it with web browser. Major security issue. Attacker can access this folder in web browser, download your backups. Here's to fix it. An htaccess, no web config file. Blah, 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 blah. Another 3 files called index.php, index.html, and index.htm will also be written to that folder. These indexes prevent the web server from listing the names. All right. So we can click, oh, look at that, fix the security on my backups. It looks like it's backed up. All right. See? I really should practice these things. But you know what happens? It's like in a lot of things that we do, which is why it's always good to have a backup. It's like, well, this should be easy. I'm just going to change the folder. So we do it, and then there's stuff that we haven't paid attention to. Anyways, we're all secure there. Woo. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Okay, so, well, that takes care of that then. That wasn't that hard at all. All right. Let me catch up. Let's see. Oh, yes, and that's why there's chat. That's right, Breadsy. Okay, let's go here. Breadsy says, very useful topic. Chuck says, hi. Hi, Chuck. Hello, Imran. Also, yeah, the free version does not work with my site's auto backup. No, the free version of Akeeba has changed so that you cannot, you can't do auto backups generated from things. Can you do? I wonder, are you able to do cron backups with the free version? I'm not sure if you can do that either. But you can't, you can't fire the free version off of mysites.guru or other services. And that's fine because we want Nicholas and Crystal to be able to make a living there in Greece and raise their daughter. And we're all trying to make our way. So, man, there's so much. This is such a key piece of software in Joomla. I actually use this for some of my clients now that I've picked up that have WordPress. There's a WordPress version on Akeeba, and it makes it way easier for moving WordPress sites as well. Yeah, so index.html, put something in there. Yeah, there's no cron. All right. So, but man, if there's a couple of, what software would we pay for, or must pay for? The pro version of Akeeba Backup, JCE editor, like that for the pro version. I'm using OCH Firewall for a firewall program. That's really good if you need one. Yeah. It should be core. Yes. I guess the only thing is if it becomes core. Oh, you mean the free version should be core? Yeah. There's probably some philosophical issue in the open source community that you couldn't have software in there that was free that also had a pro version. It'd almost be like promoting it. Although, if anything makes sense, the free version of Akeeba Backup in there as core would be great. Although, it'd be interesting what Nicholas would think of that if it was made core. If it was made core, I guess what would some of the issues be? If it was core, then it would be. If it was core, then it would be dependent upon the community to keep it updated. So I'm pretty sure that that would not work out. I think probably the better solution would be for Joomla to ask if to put just something in that window that put something in the startup that says, "Do you want to install Akeeba Backup, which is the way for regular backups?" Then probably a lot more people would say yes. And I guess, though, what would some of the other challenges be? Someone could come along and say, "Oh, well, I've got this great piece of software. I would like that too." And then what would we do? Would we sell that access? Would we take a vote? Would we fight about it? Would it expand? Hard to say. Like, would the argument expand to other things? Yeah. On one hand, I'm a big proponent of having a simple core and adding things, but something like Akeeba Backup would be really great. The other thing is, I guess someone in the community could come along and say, "Well, I'm going to start my own backup program and start to do things." I couldn't see that happening at this point because Akeeba is so core and standard, and I mean it's open source, so therefore it could be forked if it's ever not supported anymore. But Alan, hello, how are you? Have I talked about how to back up to an external site, i.e. Rackspace? I haven't, but we can look at that right now. So let's go to do that. We would have you have your different profiles. So just look at it with the default backup profile. In fact, let me just see here. Let's go to configuration. And what you're going to do is you're going to go down to advanced configuration. So this is in the pro version. And then you're going to go to the post-processing engine. Now let me go to just another site there. I don't want to I back up to Dropbox currently. So let's go to this Joomla site here that I have. Components, and Akeeba Backup's not there. So let's just quickly install. Oh man, I gotta go somewhere that has that option. All right, hold on for just a second here. Let me change screens. Chat on right there. Okay, I'm going to change the screen here. I'm going to go in to check this here. Oh yeah, I do have a token that would show there. So I'm going to turn this off. Actually, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to cancel this. Sorry, I just have to get this here so I'm not showing information on the site. I'm going to go to configuration. I'm going to go to Dropbox. And I'm going to save that. Okay, and then if I go back into this window here, if I select Dropbox, did it forget what was in there? No, it's still there. Great, so I can switch back. All right, so, all right, I've changed some settings there. Yeah, so here we are in the pro version for that, and I'm going to go right computer screen. All right, so you're in configuration. Sorry, in Akeeba Backup here. We'll go to configuration, and again, this is in the pro version. Go down to advanced configuration. And then for post-processing, this is where you select where you want things to go. And in this case, it would be, we'll click drop down. Now you've mentioned how to back up to, wow, we got a lot. Okay, find this here. Oh, look at this, even better external site. Yes, that's right, Ivor, we're looking at no cron. Oh, it said on JED 2020 he didn't go against it. No, so he's not against. Oh, that's interesting. So Nicholas is not against it being added to the core or being promoted. Yeah, Imran does this, installs this the first website development. All right, we're caught up here. Joomla user group. Oh, sorry, not the JED. The Joomla user group is where he said that. All right, Stuart is wondering. Rackspace. Now, is Rackspace one of the ones here? Post-processing engine. Yeah, down at the bottom. Look at that. There you go. You've got Rackspace. Rackspace cloud files. Now, with that selected in the right-hand side, we'll go to configure. And here's just where you're going to get your settings that you're going to have to play around with. Process each part immediately, delete after, archive after processing. So that takes it off your server once it's in your space. A username, an API, a container, and a directory, which is all information that you will get for your setup. So yes, very cool. Yeah, this is great. I have a terabyte of Dropbox space. I might have 2 terabytes of Dropbox space, and I'm even using it for backup stuff for my clients. Chayton was just showing me a couple of weeks ago how to set up stuff, buckets on AWS. So I want to investigate that, though it's a learning curve for me, so it's fallen behind on things that I'm actually doing. That's cool. I'm glad that helped, Alan. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff here. What have we got here? Send by email. That would be a big email. Upload to Amazon, Blaze, Box, CloudMe, Dream Objects, Dropbox, Google Drive, Google Storage Legacy, OneDrive Legacy, OneDrive and OneDrive for Business, So yeah, a lot of options here for different cloud stuff. And even if you aren't using this, if you have another server, you could FTP it there, SFTP, iDrive, all kinds of stuff. So as I was saying, so I have a Dropbox account, and I just bomb stuff over to my Dropbox account. Now, I also send it to a folder in my Dropbox account that does not sync to my home computer because I don't want to have gigabytes of backups. I don't have room on my computer anyways for that much stuff. But it's sitting there in the cloud. So there's that. And don't forget to download them to your computer sometime. So you have in your possession a recent one. Yeah, Dropbox. Having something on Dropbox or in a cloud or in a bucket somewhere is good off-server protection. If something happens to your server or you torch your site somehow or something bad happens, then you've got that off-site location. Also, don't forget to test. You know, a long time ago I did a video here on the channel. What's a good backup? Talk about a good working backup. And if your backup is not very good, then it's just like having no backup. You know, years ago, I tried to help some of you may remember the story. I tried to help my friend at his business. He had some file. I thought, well, I'm going to back up his stuff. He didn't really have a good backup. Anyways, something happened. I broke something. I wiped out something. I had an external drive applied, and it changed the drive letter. So when I formatted a drive, it was one of his drives, not one of mine. The letters threw me off. Anyways, but he had a backup on 3.5-inch floppy disk. And now this is at an auto shop and a tire shop. So I thought, okay, well, we'll just do this restore of these disks. And when I started putting in the disks, because there's so much dirt inside of his shop, the first disk that was put in for the backup was the one that cleaned the disk heads. And of course, with PK zip, if you remember that term from a long time ago, you needed the first disk in order to unzip everything else. So his backup that he had was not a good backup. Yes, back up the backups with another backup. Hey, Steven. It is very nice here in Victoria. Yes, they're staying cool. You're 94 Fahrenheit in New York City. I think, have a high today of, excuse me, a high today of 20 degrees Celsius is what they're calling for. Celsius, double it and add 30, so that's about 70. Although let me just check on my phone since you're asking here. I'll tell you what the weather is here right now. It is 22. Double it and add 30, 44, 74. Imran says coincidentally he's also creating a backup of a developing site right now in your localhost. Yeah, great. Definitely Akeeba is good for those of you that are working on localhosts or working in sandbox sites. Akeeba is really great because you can use it to transfer from your localhost to your server. Now, if you're using a sandbox site for an existing site, it's not going to be that helpful for transferring because things will be very different. So, like for instance, if you have a Joomla 3.9 whatever we have now 2.0 site, and then you make a copy of it and do some work, your other site, unless your other site is not changing at all, then when you go to move it over, that's not going to work because you're going to lose data. Now, if it was a static site and you just don't want to mess it up, the live site, and so you're going to do a brand new static site and then move it over, then Akeeba would be good for that. I should show how to restore it too. I should. That's one of the sorry, I just got to look at the side of my head here. That's one of the videos I need to make on the channel for people. Does anyone want to see how to restore Akeeba here? I mean, we could do it right now somewhere. If you know how to do it, I can do another video that's there for everyone to watch. But if anyone would like to see how to do that now, I'm game. Hey, something just changed on the screen here that does not usually change. Hey, Raja Sekhar has followed. How's that? Has followed? Huh. Oh, that must be something to do on my... I have a little mini feed on my video software here, Streamlabs open source, and it says that someone just followed, so that must be on the basic Joomla site. Okay, so let me change to chat here, and I'm going to switch this back. That was really nice that by changing my setting from Dropbox to something else, this does keep all the old information in there. And of course, if you wanted, let me just save this here. Through the magic of profiles on Akeeba, you can actually back up different things to different places. So for instance, I have this default backup profile here, which is backing up everything, and it sends it to Dropbox. We could go back to the main screen here. We could go up to database only and switch profiles. Now we're in the database only, and I have this selection. This one is set to only back up the database. So we go to configuration. You'll see the type is database only. Now I still upload it to Dropbox, but if your Joomla site database is not that big, maybe it's only 6 or 7 megabytes, maybe it's 1 megabyte. That's easily something that you could have just emailed to yourself, or that might be something you want in Dropbox. The other thing too is that, and I think this is really cool, if you have clients and some kind of arrangement with them, and you encourage them to have a copy of their own website in their possession in case you get hit by a bus or something like that, you can create a profile in Akeeba, and you can set it up and get their information, and you can regularly send them a backup of the site to have in their possession. So I mean, you could always provide that service yourself for a charge, but maybe that's another option. You can always say to them, hey, here is a backup of your site. Every night I'll upload it to your server. Just give me the information. Okay, you guys, you want to see my process. All right. Let's move a site to a new server. Or maybe let's restore a site. Okay. What have I got here? All right, let's go to nosecrets.com. All right. View updates. Foca Restaurant needs to be updated. I don't know if that will update or not. No, I have to check into that. All right, let's go extensions, manage, and install. And the first one at the front, we don't have to search. It's always Akeeba Backup. And so let's click that. And we'll also do it with Kickstart. All right. Now we've installed that. So let's go to Components, Akeeba Backup. And we're going to run the configuration wizard. Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't sharing my screen. Yes, thank you very much, Ivor. Thanks for reminding me. All right, so what I did was I went to Extensions, Manage, Install, and Akeeba Backup was right there. I installed Akeeba Backup. I went to it, and now we're just running the configuration for the Pro version. And we will just wait for this last little bit here. All right, then we'll go back up now. So we'll run the backup. All right, we're just going to bomb to here. There's the default output directory in use. I'll leave that for now. Okay. finalize the backup, and we can manage it. Okay. How to restore. Got it. All right, so we've got 21 megabytes here. That's actually small enough for an attachment in Gmail. Now, why don't we do something fun here? Let's go to Content, Articles, Open in a new tab. I only have one article on here. Let's trash it. And let's search. Let's view the trash. Oh, I've got two things in the trash there. We'll empty the trash. All right, now we're working away on our site here, and we said, oh no, I didn't want to delete that. Oh, I just backed up the site. I'm going to restore it. Let's go to Components. Okay, well, in fact, let's just go up here. Look at that. There's nothing on the home page. No. There's lunch, hero sandwich, blah, blah, blah. Oh, something. Oh, that's the menu. Sorry. Yep. All right. So we're going to go to back here into Akeeba Backup. Components, Akeeba Backup. And let's see. So we were just there. So we will manage backups. I'm going to click to the left there. And somewhere up here, I think we have the option to restore. Are we able to restore right here from the free version? Let's see. Maybe it's an option up here. Oh, look at that. I backed up the archive. I clicked the wrong thing. Talk about needing a backup of backups. Okay. Let's make another backup. Let me just check here and see on my other site. I thought that there was a restore. Manage backups. I thought you could actually restore it from here. Let's see. Status. Okay. Download. View log. I thought there was a, because I have restored just from something that was right on the server before. I wonder if, let me get this back to the server because it's on there. All right, so we've got the file back. And we're going to refresh. I thought I tried to get it back. Let's see here. Fetch back the server. Do. And it's in the local server, so it's now there. On the top menu. Okay, let's see here. Am I just not reading very well? One-click backup, basic operations. Oh, it's not in free. Okay. Alrighty, I got you here. So let's go here. Let's go back to this one. Default Joomla. Where am I missing it? Where am I missing it? Man. One-click backup, transfer, manage, configuration, profiles. Manage backups. Oh, the restore button up at the top. Yes. All right. So if you have the Pro version, what you can do is you can click the select what you want to back up and then click restore. All right. Sorry for I knew that it was somewhere. All right. Well, let's go back to the free version. We'll do the kickstart.php. All right. So managed backups. So when I click on this download here, what I'm going to do is be given the option of downloading it, and it's going to say recommend not to do it through the browser, but to do an FTP because sometimes things get a little hinked up. So, but I'm going to just do it in download. All right. And you can't go in your web hosting space and grab the actual backup and download it. So let's make a folder here, new folder, restore Akeeba restore. All right. Now we'll save there. Now we need to go into the web hosting account. No, the free version, Stephen, does not allow, doesn't include allowing uploading to Dropbox or Amazon. All right, so we've downloaded that. I need to just change my screen here for a second because I need to go into my web hosting. And that will be this screen here. Right, and list accounts. And there's basic Joomla. I'll put this one over here. All right, and then we can go chat on right. No, right computer screen. Yeah, Stephen, you're right. It is a must for having sites backed up. Everybody loses information once without a backup, and then they hopefully get religion on it. So here we are in the web hosting for the site here. Now, because I'm using the free version, I can't just restore from that backup. So what I need to do is I need to upload that restore file to the same folder. So let's go to File Manager, and this is in public HTML where it is. So what I'm going to, there's a lot of things in here because this is super messed up file space, but I'm going to go upload, and I'm going to select the file, and that was in Akeeba Restore. And here's the JPA file that we just downloaded. I did it through the browser, but do it through your file manager to be sure. And we're going to upload that. All right, so that gets uploaded. And the next thing that we want to do is upload kickstart.php. Now, if we go to Akeeba.com, AkeebaBackup.com, you'll see here that you can, well, first of all, let's see how much the price is here for the Pro version. Subscribe. No, this is for Joomla Essentials. These are bundles. That's everything. What's in that bundle? Akeeba and admin tools. Right. If you're just going to do Akeeba Backup, it's 50 euros. Probably. So what's that? About 75 Canadian for Joomla. All right. And then you've got your, there's admin tools, Akeeba. Okay, so now other downloads that we're looking for here. Imran says, one thing you've often missed is Akeeba does not recognize any previously created backup file that you've uploaded from your source. Yes, it does. If you upload it, it doesn't see it inside of Akeeba, but that's where you want to use Kickstart. So we've got, here's Kickstart here, Akeeba Backup, just to make sure if that's what we want. Okay, so you want this program here, Kickstart. for PHP standalone. We're going to download Kickstart. And let's download there. Let's open up, that's a zipped file. That opened up over here, and you'll see here's the 2 files that you need. So let's just copy that out of the zip and put this in restore. All right, this Kickstart PHP is what you really only need, but we've got the English language file there too. So next, so we're going to go back to the server where we're uploading files to the public HTML where that folder is, and I'm going to select files here. I'm going to upload that and that. Oh, okay, one at a time. So PHP, and we're gonna the ini. Now let's go back to the site that we're doing this on, which is No Secrets. Now watch, if I go to nosecrets.basicjoomla.com, it still runs. If I go to nosecrets.basicjoomla.com/kickstart.php, oh, I put this in the wrong folder. I've been putting this in public HTML, but this is No Secrets. No problem. Let's this is why I'm happy to unofficially be approaching official sponsorship on the channel, because I'm going to be able to do more videos, sit down properly. All right, I'm going to sort by the last modified. No. Okay. Where on earth did those files go? There we are. Reload it again. So down here we've got No Secrets, JPA, and that's actually supposed to go to the No Secrets folder over here. So you know, you can just left click that and move it and drop it. I also have Kickstart, and I'm going to left click that and move it over to No Secrets, and there's the ini, the language file, but you don't need it, like Bjorn said. No Secrets. Okay, now let's go back here, try again. nosecrets.basicjoomla.com Kickstart. All right, now we're cooking with gas. No, you don't have to rename the Kickstart file, because you just call it. And so here's your information about Akeeba Kickstart. We'll hit this, go escape. And now if you have multiple archives in the folder, you can pick different ones through the drop down here. Yeah, I guess so. You know, Bretzi says rename kickstart.php only for security. Yes. If someone were trolling sites looking for Kickstart and happened at the right time, yes, that's possible. Here we go. So start. Okay, so we've selected the archive file. We're going to leave this the same because this is the temporary directory. We'll leave this method here, localhost. I'm not going to fine tune it. I'm just going to bomb right through it here. Going to click to start. So that's going to extract the file that we uploaded, the JPA file. Now we can run the installer. It initializes it. It checks everything there. See if everything's current or what you need. We click next. Now here we already have the information, which is nice. If you're moving this to a different folder, different copy, or you're duplicating the site or moving it to somewhere new, you have to create the information. But because there's an existing configuration file, is my guess, in this folder, it just sees it. So I'm just going to leave everything like this. And then we'll go next. And say, okay. The database was restored. And now we have the option to change anything that we want here. Temporary directory, we'll leave all that. The super user, it's all the same because there's a configuration, or it's looked in the database. So that's all good. So we'll go next. And it says almost there, close this window and then click clean up. So we'll close this, clean up, and now we can visit our site's back end. Let's do that. I might actually, will we get logged in? I wonder if it saved the session. Nope. All right. Let's go in there. And we've restored the site. And if we look at content, articles, oh man. What did I mess up there? Trashed. Oh, where are the articles? Yeah, Steven, success, except the 2 articles I deleted before. Oh, actually, did I? I deleted them, made the backup, and then accidentally deleted the backup. Oh my goodness. So the second backup I made. Okay. Oh my goodness. You know, anybody can have a live stream these days. Well, you need 1,000 followers to do it from your phone mobile, but anybody at home can have one. All right. Let's do something different here. Let's duplicate. Let's move the let's move my basic Joomla.com site. All right, we're already in there. So, yeah, or I need some cheese. That's right. I need coffee or some cheese. I backed up. Yeah. All right. So now, if you're moving a site to a different location, let's do that. So let me kill off some of these tabs that I have here. Let's get rid of no secrets. No secrets. Web hosting account. I need that open. I want that closed. Close that. We already have Akeeba. Okay. Okay, Akeeba Backup. All right, and that's that. Why don't we close the My Sites tab and the basic Joomla tab there for. Okay, so we've got basicjoomla.com. All right, so let's go into File Manager, and I'm pretty sure that the configuration for the folder that these backups go to is this Akeeba. Let's go to configuration. And let's look at is this the site that I just changed to backups, right? Output directory, site root, backups. Oh, okay, it did change. I had the site root, but then it's just in the backups folder. All right. That was half an hour ago. You can't blame me for not remembering that. Here's the root here, and here are my, let's go to public HTML, and there's backups. Where are we? Just slow down and read. All right. Now, and there's a backup that I just ran at 11:39 this morning. Huh. All right, so let's just look at it this way. If I'm going to move this to another subdirectory on the same web hosting account, so I could just move it across to the subdirectory I've created. But let's say you're working locally, or let's say somebody has a website and they're moving to new hosting. They're asking you to move it for them. Here's what you want to do. Click on that. Go to, there's no download button up here. All right. Right click and let's go download. Now, let's change inside to another folder here. Basic Joomla move. All right. And we're going to save to that folder on my server locally. Now I also have this folder open here, and I want to take Kickstart by itself. I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to put it in the basic Joomla move folder with the JPA file. All right, so now we have to prepare the space for the new oh yes, now do a restore from Jet Backup in my cPanel. I might not actually have this account using Jet Backup yet, Ivor, but yeah, that's something else we could try. All right, so in cPanel, I'm first of all going to create a subdomain for this, and we'll call this basic move. All right, basicmove.basicjoomla.com is what its address is going to be, but I'm going to create that. All right, so that's where we're going to move it to. The next step is, let's go into this folder here, and let's reload. And here's our basicmove.basicjoomla.com. Now we want to upload the two files that we have ready for this. So here's the basic Joomla move folder, and Kickstart will upload. You can also drag the files to here. And there's the JPA file, which will upload as well. Now, while that is uploading, we're going to go in and we're going to create a database in cPanel. And, all right, so here's to streamline things. We'll go to database. And let's do the wizard here. All right, basic Geo. So this is going to be move to create the database. And the username, we'll also call it move. Bad practice, but I want to be able to remember it easily. The password, I'm going to, hey, why don't we do this here? One-time secret. Remember last week, one-time secret. You can create generate a random password. Here it is here. And if I were to, and it's at this link, I could send this to someone and say, here's your new password. So that was a very quick way to pick a new password. That's the one I'm going to use. All right. Remind me at the end to delete this since the password is very public. So I'm going to paste that in there. And I'm going to paste that password in there. I also have it in, I also have it copied for pasting later on, so we'll see. We're going to create the user. And now we need to add this user to that database. Okay, so we're adding the user basic Jew move to basic Jew move. All right, and you know, basic Jew again is just the shortening of my account name. It's unfortunate what happened at the beginning. So, all right, so now the next step. What I'm going to do is just take this off screen for a second because I don't want it to show all the usernames for all my databases. So let me just see what the next step is here. Oh, okay. So the next step says this, task completed, add another database, another user, return to MySQL databases or whatever. We're not going to do that because I don't want to show all the users. But we've now created that username and password and directory. Now, username, database name, and a password. All right. So now the upload should be complete. It is. So now we can go to basicmove.basicjoomla.com. Basicmove.basicjoomla.com. So that could be basically, that's a subdomain, but that could be any URL where you're moving your site to. Basicmove and /. Oh, in fact, just for fun, let's do this here. Basic. Let's reload that. Let's rename Kickstart for the security purposes to kickme. Kickme.php. It could be anything you want. All right. So here we are. No. Where are we? Oh, here I was just typing. Okay, basicmove.basicjoomla.com/kickme.php. Enter. All right, now we're into the process. Okay, click here. Escape to close this message. All right, now it's selected the only archive file that's there. Localhost is all the same. Anyways, we're just going to click start. We skipped all the way to step 5 there, just ignoring that other stuff. So that is going to extract the files. All right, files are extracted. Run the installer. Now, checks everything. Great. Say next. Now, notice there's no configuration file in the destination folder, so I'm guessing that that's why this is blank. I know I don't know for sure, but I think that's why it was pre-filled before. And let's see here. So, database on mine, it's localhost for the database server name. Username, BASIC Jew _ oh my goodness, Joom. What did I call this stupid thing? Oh my goodness. You want to remember what I called that? What the usernames were? I never copied it. I should have copied it. Move. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Move, M-O-V-E. All right, and then I'm going to, when you create the users, copy it. Okay, so copy that. The password for that was Control-V. All right, and here in Windows, there's what it was. See, I don't even need to remember that I have it written down. Now, I did the same, the username was the same as database name, so if I go Windows V, sorry, not Control-V, Windows V, I could do that. And the table prefix name was CYB. You can change it here if you want. That's in honor of Bjorn and Imran's friendship. We'll call this Bob. Okay. You have your other options here. Now, if you're, I guess these options may be mentioned before. If you're installing into an existing database, and what do you want to do with the old files, the old tables in that database? Do you want to drop them, or do you want to back them up? Drop any, have the same prefix or whatever. You can back them up, and they'll end up with a prefix, table prefix of BAK. But we don't need to worry about that. And if you want a fresh install and you're wiping out, it's like, oh, that old database is terrible, you just wipe it out. All right, let's see here. Drop. All right, so next. And database restoration, that will bomb into there. Next. Now, here's our information. It's your chance. Basic Joomla tutorials. Find help using Joomla. So it's obviously picked up some stuff from the backup. The name, although the temporary directory is down here. Directories fine-tuning, site root, home, basic Joomla. Oh, look at this. The temporary directory down here needs to be corrected because it's actually going to be, we want the same temporary directory as the install itself. So let's, instead of basic Joomla, instead of public HTML, remember mysitesguru.guru has a really nice tool for changing this after anyways. But instead of public HTML, the folder that it's actually in is called basicmove.basicjoomla.com. All right, so that's the one thing we need to change here. The rest we'll leave the same here, same password. We'll click next. And all right, so we just need to close this window, click cleanup, And let's visit your site's front end. There we go. Up here, basicmove.basicjoomla.com, index.php, and here is a duplicate of the site, the basic Joomla site. Running on its own database, so that works nicely. What's it saying here? Raja or Raha Sekhar. Can we do fresh Joomla installation with old database without breaking site content? All right, so the situation, what are you trying to do? Can we do a fresh Joomla installation? Can we do a fresh? Let's see. Raza. Can we do a fresh Joomla installation with an old database without breaking site content? Yes, you could. So if I understand right, you would like to do a fresh Joomla installation, but you want to have the site content. Okay, let's see. The fresh installation, so that would not have any of your other extensions or anything like that. Yeah, I don't think Akeeba would do that. I think what you would want is an extension that will move content. Yeah, you can exclude the database. Oh, in case there's any viruses in your directories. Yeah. Yeah, thanks, Alan. SP transfer is an extension that will move content from one site to another. For instance, yeah, my mind's just thinking a lot of different thoughts here. So if you have a new Joomla install and you want to move only the content, SP transfer is the way to do that. If you have a lot of articles, I mean, if you have 2 or 3 articles, just move them manually. Yes, and then J2 Studio there mentions J2 XML. There's another extension that will move things over. So the trick is if the Joomla site has any extensions installed in it, they will not be. Those files won't be existing in the new install. And Imran says J2 XML, yeah, and this image plugin transfers nicely. I would say though, also, if you have a virus in your directories, you can also use a tool to look for that and get it cleaned, or maybe get someone to actually clean the file, clean the site up as well. So, for instance, if you go to mysites.guru, you can go through the steps there and get a free site audit and see if the site is actually infected. And from there, you could. I guess it really depends on your site and the cost. Yeah, and if you guys want to post the links to those extensions, SP transfer, J2 XML, that would be fine too. So for instance, I know if this site were badly hacked, I mean, I myself would go to mysites.guru and run the audit and get rid of the hack. But if this were really badly hacked, I would probably just transfer the information from it to somewhere else. But I wouldn't want to actually, even with this site, I wouldn't want to totally rebuild it, because there's a lot in there. So I would go the route of getting it fixed. But sometimes, yeah, because sometimes the site is just so big and set up, it's just easier to do that. And I think mysites.guru is great for finding that. Yeah, and images transfer too. Now, the other thing too about, you can transfer files over to, you can transfer, yeah, it's just such a mess, right? There are extensions you can transfer settings from one extension to another. Discover is also, here's something I'm just wondering. Let's see this here. Oh, I don't know how to do that right now. I'm not going to do that now. Yeah, of course, one way that you can transfer images as well is to do this. Go into your web hosting and go to here. Let's just take a look at the folder that we're in right now. Reload. You've got your images folder right here. Here's all the images. There's quite a few here. What you can do is you can right click and go compress. Compress them into a zip file. All right, so they'll get compressed. Now when we reload this, down here there'll be this file here, images.zip. Notice this is 14 megabytes. You can then download this to your computer, or you could and then upload it to a new location, or if it's on the same web hosting account, you could take this file and you could drag it to, let's go here. Just drag it to another folder. So here's JUG, basic Joomla. All right, we'll move that over there, and then once we're in there, there's the images. All right, this is a good choice. This is an empty folder. You can right click and extract to the folder that it's in. So this where you want the images folder extracted. It will inflate it, and now your images have moved over. And you can you don't not have to just necessarily move it. You can also copy it as well. And we look in there. There's the whole structure of all the images. Imran says that what he does is he creates a backup with Akeeba, downloads it instantly, and also deletes it from the server. Okay. That keeps things out of the way there. Roger, do you want to type in the address of the site? You can't put in the full URL, but just type in the name of the site and then a space and then whether it's com or whatever, and we'll look at it and see how big of a site it is or what you might have in there. What I was thinking too is that you can copy files from one Joomla file. Oh, you have around 400 articles. Yeah, that's also. Have you tried doing the security audit from mysites.guru? Because that might be the easiest way. Especially, who knows what what version you're running in or something. That might be the simplest way than recreating your whole site. I would definitely give that a try. It will. It may even show you the files. I forget what the free audit shows. Whoops. Yeah, because if you can get your site clean, then that the other thing too is that if your site got hacked because a password is compromised, then even moving to somewhere else is not going to work because that same password will be compromised as well. So that's something you want to look at. I don't know how many users you have, but you should change all your passwords as well. Also, everybody that's in here, just to invite you for us to, let's put this here. We have a Slack group. Invite people. Let's do this. Copy that. So come on over and, you know, for following up after when we're not online, if you want to join our Slack group, that would be, you'd be more than welcome to do that as well. So, yeah, if you can get your site clean, that is going to be the less work. And it might be about the same cost. Time-wise, it's not. Time-wise, it's going to be way less as well, I think. All right, now Ivor mentioned about Jet Backup. I do not think that I don't even have cPanel open for that anymore, do I? That take me, I never knew I could get back that way. Backups, let's search up here for Jet Backup. No, I haven't set up Jet Backup to back up this account. So Jet Backup is on the servers on Web Hosting Manager. The backup system didn't used to back up to Dropbox or to external places, and doesn't do incremental backups and things like that. And so Jet Backup is really nice. So I haven't installed my server for my clients. Now I haven't let too many people know that's on there. I've still been playing around with it. But basically, I do have some accounts where Jet Backup is incrementally updating the files, so I don't have to have 5 backups of complete sites. I just have an increment each day or every period, and then I can also restore folders and things from there, but I've not played around with it. Yes, Jet Backup's nice for incremental. All right, well, anything else? We backed up I'm going to have to clean up this file space here after. I actually registered democorner.com for demo sites. I want to move them off of my main accounts here so that I have things to, so I'm not cluttering up my actual live accounts. But okay, and then Breadseed's also posted a link there to security.net. Oh, and Ivor says, interesting course for building a website from the bottom. Oh, Chuck says that Dallas Joomla user group has a Joomla 4 beta stream tonight. Cool. And tomorrow at some time, Chaitan and I are guests at the Joomla user group in London. And that time is, let's see, calendar. What time is that? Oh, that's at 11 a.m. So tomorrow, Tuesday the 21st, whatever the start time for my live streams usually is for you, that's what time Chaitan and I will be at the Joomla user group in London. Imran says, I found it safer but slow because you have to do it manually. It only counts the size of content, not the number of content. Oh, I think you're talking. Hello, Fuse Henry. Fuse Henry. Welcome to the channel. Yeah, Imran, you're talking about J2XML, whatever that program is. It's popping it up on a Firefox extension over here. Here we go. I think that's what you guys can see. Let me just bring this here. Yeah. J2 XML. Oh, okay. WordPress importer, user importer. Okay, so doing things, grabbing images. So they got a bunch of things. So these are, these are all free. Okay. Import export solution for your Joomla 3 powered website. Okay. Does it create the folders and categories for you? Or do you have to have them created? Probably just exports them over, right? Allows you to export content to an XML file, import them from an XML file, or send them to another Joomla website. Okay. Let's see. And I was going to find, let's go to Twitter. Whoops. Twitter.com. And let's search for London. Joomla user group. There we go. Do they have a link there? No. Oh, but they do have a thing for you to contact them for being in the stream tomorrow night. So here's the link. Yeah. Okay. Oh, very interesting. There's the link to contact them for the information for the live stream. I wonder if I will try to remember. So okay. So it does create categories. J2 Studio says. Okay, cool. That's probably, is that you guys? Is that actually you guys? No, this is Helios Ciancio. Interesting. I'm just looking here. Check this out. London in blue. Check out this website here. This is a company here in Canada. London Drugs. There's the logo for London Drugs. Huh. That must be a London thing, eh? Either, no, it must be. Must be a road sign or something, right? All right. So Chait and I will be there tomorrow. Anyways, what it says, I don't want to promise something I can't keep, but I will try to, if I have a link for it, I'll post it in the Slack group. Fuse Henry, your avatar seems familiar, but have you changed your username? Have you been on a stream before? I don't quite remember. Okay. Well, I think that might be everything that I've got today. It's actually a lot more than I was planning, that I had planned, but that's fine. That's how things go. Watch me work live stream on Wednesday. Who knows? Who knows what'll happen? I talked to someone who had an idea, but by the time it got back to me, forgot the idea. So I do have some things. Oh, also, I think I found a really cool tool for organizing my business. I'm just working away at it. More paper. I just had my hands on the paper clips here. Will I put one away for the live stream? Why not? That's a big thing. The paper clips are really designed just to get 10 quick things out of the way, and most of the days I'm not getting through them all. But so that may morph into something that I do just when I feel that I have accomplished something. So who knows? We're working it out. Anyway, so a really cool tool that might work for me organizing things. Maybe I'll share that and look at that on who knows. Anyways, that'll probably wrap it up for today. Chat on right. Yeah. Well, everybody, thanks for sharing. Yes, I saw you, Imran, you posted the link, so that is great. And that will work out very handy. Keep us posted. I see there's a couple of things happening in the Slack channel here. Did someone join? Here's the general. Oh, Mary just threw a welcome in there this morning. Cool. Imran just posted something. Use breathing form. Okay. Everybody, thanks for tuning in today. Thanks for your support of this channel. And we'll keep rolling along. Thank you for the kind words, William, and everyone else. Thanks for everyone who is new on the chat here today. And until the next time, enjoy your Joomla sites, and God bless.